Hi folks, it's Mr. Negations, and in today's video I'm going to talk about present perfect. I'm going to cover when we use present perfect, and I'm going to give you some example sentences in which present perfect is used. Let's get to it. So let's start by discussing what present perfect actually looks like. So present perfect is made from a form of to have and the past participle. So we get sentences like I have done this, or she has lived here. When we make questions, we get inversion, which means that we change the subject and the verb. So we get something like, has she lived here? And have I done that? When we want to make negations, we get not, and we add not after has or have. So in the case of I have done that, we get I haven't done that or I've not done that. And in the case of she has lived here, we get she hasn't lived here. So in general, we use present perfect when we want to talk about something that happened in the past and still influences the present. And this is where it differs from past simple. Have a look at my past simple versus present perfect video if you want to know all the differences between past simple and present perfect. So as I mentioned, we generally use present perfect when we talk about something that happened in the past and still influences the present. Let's look at an example sentence. Take the sentence, I can't come over today because I've broken my leg. In this case, the breaking of the leg happened in the past and still influences the present. The same goes for the sentence, I need to cancel our plans, I've had an accident. The accident happened before and influences the present, I need to cancel the plans. Another case in which we use present perfect is when we want to announce news. And this is something you've probably seen in news articles, maybe at the BBC website or other places where they give news. The Prime Minister has said we need to work harder to fight climate change. There has been a fire in the warehouse of a paper company. So we use present perfect in both of these sentences because it is news and it's being announced. We also use present perfect with time words like just, recently and before, which mean that it happened at any time or sometime up till now. Have a look at the following sentence. I think we haven't met before. This means that we haven't seen each other before this moment and that I didn't know you in the past, and since we're getting to know each other, I know you now. The same goes for a sentence like I've just bought a new car, which means that it happened right before the moment we're talking. We also use present perfect when we want to talk about things that happened repeatedly. So in cases of repetition. Take for example the following sentence. I've written 6 letters and now I have cramps. This talks about repetition because I've written 6 letters. I had to write 6 letters. And as a result, I have cramps, meaning that it influences the fact that I now have cramps. And we can recognize these cases and that we need to use present perfect by the adverbs of frequency, like often and sometimes. Finally, we also use present perfect when we talk about continuation up till a moment in time. And we know this because of words like for and since. For example, take the sentence, I have lived here since 2005, or I've known her for years. Both of these sentences talk about a continuation from a moment in time until now, and because we do that, we use present perfect. Now there's one final thing I need to point out, and that is that there are differences between American English and British English. Sometimes American English uses past simple, where British English uses present perfect. And this is probably something you've seen in American series, where they use past simple, where British English would use present perfect. The clearest example for this is the news. In British English, they always use present perfect for news, whereas in American English, they sometimes use past simple. Finally, to kind of summarize everything we've discussed, I want to give you my list of present perfect indicators. Now, these are words that you can use to recognize that you need to use present perfect, but you can also use them when looking for past perfect and even the continuance forms of present perfect and past perfect. This list is always, ever, never, just, yet, since, for, already, before, how long and until. And that's basically it when it comes to present perfect. So to summarize, we use present perfect when we want to talk about something that happened in the past and still influences the present. And there are some other cases in which present perfect is preferred as well. Now, if you found this video useful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to know more about grammar, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos.